What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Bullwinkle Blueprint. Hopefully, y'all having an incredible day. It's the weekend. Hopefully, it's not snowing by you. You got a nice, green, sunny, calm day out there. We got a lot to go over, though. Look, make sure you're subscribed and following because these next few months in crypto, they're going to be absolutely insane. Hit that thumbs up button as always. Let's send this content viral, and you have all the power, folks. But today, this afternoon, oh man, this is one of those episodes where halfway through, the market pretends that it's calm. But underneath, something's exploding. Ripple, XRP, institutional rails, and yes, they've actually launched the thing we've been waiting years for. This is one of those videos you're going to remember. So without further ado, sit back, relax, get yourself a cold drink, and let's get into it. We're going to start right here with the M2 money supply. It has hit another all-time high at 22.3 trillion. Here we go, right? The liquidity fire hose, it's officially opened again. It's funny, everyone was using this chart. When M2 was going up and Bitcoin was going up as well, everyone was using this chart. It had one little speed bump and everyone's like, oh, M2 doesn't work. You notice that? Everything works until it doesn't work. What do I think? I think it's a combination. Use the M2, use the gold chart. Both of those charts predict that we are going higher. When does that higher happen? That's the question. Is it this month? Is it by the end of 2025, or does this thing roll over into 2026? Here's what I do know. We're going higher. When the US M2 money supply hits a new record, folks, it means one thing: fresh liquidity. Fresh liquidity is forming the backdrop for the next mega cycle. And historically, look, the M2 expansion, it doesn't whisper. It screams risk on. This matters. And it matters because every time liquidity expands, crypto doesn't just move, it freaking detonates. And XRP thrives in macro environments where liquidity has nowhere else to go. This is the foundation beneath everything else we are about to cover. And it's going to be the perfect setup for why today's news is so huge, which gets us over to this. We're going to talk about Bitnomial here, right? Let's jump over. So Bitnomial's approach, we'll talk about who they are, what they do, and why this is a very, very big deal, right? And Brad Garlinghouse, do not forget, sits on the board over here. So Bitnomial's approach is for the derivatives market for digital assets, such as XRP, RLUSD. RLUSD is going to be planned to be used for settlement here. So here's what this really means. So Bitnomial didn't just want to launch a derivatives platform, right? They wanted a federally compliant infrastructure that they would be enabled to integrate XRP and Ripple's RLUSD as part of the official settlement layer. I mean, you can see it in here. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, who will be joining Bitnomial's board, commented on the investment. He said Ripple is proud to lead this investment round, supporting a company at the forefront of reshaping the future of regulated derivatives market. Bitnomial's approach to bridging offshore trading models into the US derivatives industry presents a significant market opportunity, as they established a compliant derivatives market for digital assets such as XRP, alongside their plan to use RLUSD for settlement. That is huge. This is not casino style offshore trading, folks. This is regulated. This is institutional. This is recognized. When a derivatives market is built specifically to support assets like XRP, you don't do that for retail. You do that for the banks, for the funds, and for the structured flow that needs deep liquidity and legal clarity. This is where the story starts heating up. Because we get over to this. They finally launched it. The first CFTC regulated spot crypto exchange in the US. Remember the pictures of Caroline Pham and Ripple's office with Brad Garlinghouse. Caroline Pham just put a picture up 2 days ago saying pretty much, we're going to make America great again and we're going to take the lead. It's all coming together. Why she was over in Ripple, why she was taking those pictures with Brad Garlinghouse, what they were talking about. It was clear they were talking about XRP and RLUSD for derivatives. So, what is Bitnomial doing? Very, very simple. Let me break it down for you. Spot, leverage, perps, futures, options, but it is all under one roof, one federal roof. My reaction to this, I'll tell you, this is the biggest regulatory green light since the Bitcoin ETF. But this time, it's for the actual market structure. And here's the part that no one's talking about for some crazy reason. Brad Garlinghouse is literally on the board. And Ripple stablecoin RLUSD is plugged in as their settlement layer for all of this. And yes, XRP is integrated. This isn't a side deal, folks. This is positioning. Bitnomial is now the first and the only US federally regulated exchange that can give institutions exactly what they've been begging for: a compliant, CFTC regulated, scalable platform with a settlement asset that isn't tied to offshore liquidity games. This platform does two major things for XRP. It provides the pipes, your real regulated rails for derivatives and settlement, and it removes the excuses. Institutions can now buy, they can now settle, and they can custody XRP without compliance headaches. This is the exact moment, remember it, that the floodgates have clicked into place. And when institutions get rails, guess what? Price always follows. And now I know I see the comments down there, but they're using RLUSD. XRP isn't being used. Let me remind you how this all plays out. If RLUSD is being used on the XRP ledger, XRP is the native gas token to the XRP ledger, meaning XRP gets used. Is it a small amount? 100%. But if they need XRP as a gas token, what do they have to do? In order to transact on the XRP ledger, you need to hold XRP. So everyone here who is going to be looking to settle on the ledger itself, or use the ledger, or buy, or hedge, or custody, whatever it is, they need to buy XRP, folks. Do you understand this? And once they start holding XRP and they realize what RLUSD is doing, they can start saying, well, we have RLUSD, but we got some XRP. Let me start switching up and sending money cross borders. Let's do a quick little market update here. Bitcoin 89,621. Not too much has changed from this morning. ETH coming in at 3,036 and XRP $2.03. Now, I want to get over to this article coming in from xrprightnow.com. Make sure this is your number one and only Ripple and XRP news website. So an article was posted here talking about Ripple's price XRP predictions for this week. I highlighted a couple of key pieces from this article. It states the interplay between Bitcoin's dominance, ETF demand, and overall market sentiment will likely dictate XRP's price reaction in the coming weeks. Why is that? It's simple. Bitcoin still runs the market. We talked about in the first video of the day that the only way for an asset to escape the death grip of Bitcoin is to have an ETF. XRP's ETFs are only about 2 weeks old at this point. If we were 2 months old, we would have definitely had more of a decoupling event, but they're only 2 weeks. Give it time, it will happen. It also states in here, XRP finds itself in a pivotal juncture as the broader cryptocurrency market undergoes a correction. Despite the initial excitement surrounding spot XRP ETFs, the token is struggling to maintain its footing above the crucial $2 support level. It states this level has acted as a key line of defense in recent weeks, but with bearish momentum lingering. The question is whether it can continue to hold. For institutional investors and active traders, understanding the factors influencing XRP's price action is paramount for informed decision making. Then it gets down here to say, in conclusion, XRP faces a critical test as it navigates a broader crypto market correction. While oversold technical conditions offer a glimmer of hope for a short term bounce, the headwinds of whale selling pressures and declining ETF inflows cannot be ignored. States that institutional investors should closely monitor these factors as well as Bitcoin dominance and overall market sentiment to make informed decisions about their XRP positions. This situation amplifies the complexities inherent in digital asset markets, where technical indicators, market sentiment, and macroeconomic forces all converge to influence your price action. Let me sum this up for you. Whatever Bitcoin does, the rest of the market is going to do. Here's what I would say to you: hold. It's that simple. Bitcoin, could it be in a bear market? 100%. I think it's in a bear market. We can't officially make the call, right? It's like election day. We can't make the official call yet. We gotta wait. If it breaks under 74K, you make the call. Do I think there's gonna be an altcoin run? I do. Do I think the assets that have ETFs are going to run a lot higher and a lot further than these other assets that have nothing going for them, cooking for them? 100%. What am I doing right now? Nothing. I am doing absolutely nothing. That is the easiest thing to do. Nothing. And that's what you should be doing. Don't get cute. Don't try to time this market. Don't think you're going to try to, sell the top. You're going to buy back in. Whenever that happens, I'll tell you right there, you're not buying back in because they're going to liquidate you. Markets manipulated by the market makers. Remember that. I'm going to leave it like that. Do me a favor on your way out. Hit that thumbs up and make sure you like the video. And I'll see all y'all on Sunday.